Hello, welcome to Investing and Entrepreneurship to this HYLION video. So today I'm going to be talking about the quarterly earnings report and everything that came out. So let's go. Let's talk about it. And first, props to HYLION for, always getting the info up quick. And notice he did an upgrade right here to his avatar. It's looking hot because HYLION's coming in hot, baby. So the man also monetized now. So, props to him. And I monetized a long time ago, which is what I'm telling everybody to hustle, get into entrepreneurship, get into investing, make that business money, make you cash flow to invest, even if it is to drop more on HYLION. All right, so let's talk about these earnings. Let's talk about what came out. Everybody knows by now that the stock jumped up a whole 25% plus in one day. So somebody said last year, "Ooh, welcome. The reverse market crash is here." So is that what this means? Because it looks like it, right? It jumped up about as much as we seen this drop on bad news. So things are definitely looking like they're going in the right direction. And also, let's not forget that market conditions have a lot to do with stocks going up and down. I've been saying it since last year that, when the stock market starts going up, just the stock market itself is going to drive stocks up. Additionally, you got that a lot of these EV stocks, including HYLION, they got hit mid 2023. Short attacks are rampant and they're getting everybody they can get. Short attacks are happening. So you got analysts upgrading and downgrading, and that is playing a factor in a lot of these, super big falls that are happening on the stock. But anyways, let's get into it. What came out of it? Am I all excited and super bullish, thinking that the next best thing is up? Do all of a sudden I'm all like, yeah, HYLION is the most awesome stock and let's all buy HYLION and invest in it? Or why am I all hyped up making this video right now? Well, for one, I am really excited that my portfolio jumped up as much as jumped up today, because just like, come on, let's not forget or let's not diminish the fact that investing is super emotional. Just like the time that I got all bummed out and I got really down because, the ARX business was wound down and the stock dropped and everything. And it hit me. I felt it. I felt down. Right now, I'm feeling up and excited. And that's part of the free benefit that comes with investing. It's like a market ride. You get the shocks when things go down, but when you play this game long enough, when thing goes up, you enjoy the ride too. You get that adrenaline rush. You get that excitement, that feeling good. It's just like a roller coaster. And that's part of the game. And that's part of learning to be a better investor. Listen, I only been investing since 2019. I'm starting to make videos on my journey, right? And on it and about my journey. But I read a lot. I studied a lot. And yes, I made a bunch of mistakes. Oh my God, what a great, awesome thing it would have been to invest in Packer for the whole time that I was following HYLION and put all that money in Packer and then just trade out of Packer and buy HYLION at 50 cents. Oh my God. But it doesn't really work that way. Investing is not perfect like that. It's not like going back in the future and, having all the information, the almanac, and being able to buy all the right things right at the right moment. No, that's not really investing. Investing is learning to identify trends in great companies that are, promising, and understanding how investments work, understanding that the only way to really get 1,000 to 1 return is finding an innovative company and knowing exactly when to get into it. I obviously didn't do that. But guess what? A lot of you guys didn't either. That's why we all been following this stock for a very long time. But it's okay. If you all listen to Freeman Jones and you stayed on the saddle, if you all, you know, like when I said I'm not gonna sell, I'm not gonna buy anymore, I'm not gonna sell, you understood and you also followed the sentiment, then you're feeling pretty good right now. But if you sold because you just gave up on it, because you no longer believed in the company, that's a different story. And I feel for those people. I know people lost a lot of money. I mean, some people commented on my channel last year that they had lost a lot of money, that somebody commented that their dad lost all their retirement money, and oh my god, I felt terrible. But you know what though, this is investing, this is the game, and you gotta know that or not get in it. I always, when I talked about stocks like HYLION or Nikola, I'm saying do not invest what you cannot afford to lose. I always say it, but people don't tune into those things. People only tune into micro clips of the videos, and then they take things out of context or they hear what they want to hear. It should never be that way. You really got to learn to evaluate all the information. And then part of the game is writing long enough. I remember reading when I was starting, Buffett said it and many others say it. It's like the number one thing is don't get out of investing. Whatever happens, stay investing. Stick to it, stick to it, stick to it. Learn. And eventually it's going to pay off. And I'm feeling like it's going to pay off for me. I mean, I would have been a lot better off if I would have gotten out of 2022 understanding that the market was going to come down. I didn't believe it. I thought it was going to keep going up. And I got trapped holding stocks that I bought up there. Microsoft, Salesforce, some a rate that I finally sold out of this year, like a couple weeks ago. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Even though it might do good, even though it might hold and I eventually might get the value back, I'd rather take this money and put it in PayPal right now, because PayPal for sure will give me a 4-to-1 return in the next 3 to 4 years. And this rate, even though it's giving me 10% dividend, I'm just barely gonna break even. So I'm like, screw it. I sold it. And I really reshuffled my whole portfolio to, be accumulated now, right now, and not have all these sales and all this trading and all this crazy maneuvering that I had to do just to not lose my money, just to fight to try to not lose the money that I had, and then also the mistake of not swing trading. In all 2022, I hardly swing trade. 2023, I started a swing trade. 2023, when HYLION went, when it hit its $2 mark, like 220, and then it went to 340, I wanted to sell that. But I started thinking that things were turning around back then, and that's when I really started to hold, and accumulate. And I didn't swing trade. I should have continue swinging trading HYLION like I did in 2020, 21, 2021. I made a lot of money. I made good money. 22, I was swing trading it as it was coming down and I was doing good money. But I started accumulating HYLION like third quarter of 2022 is when I really started buying bigger positions in HYLION. I was still swing trading it, like I say, until March of 2023, when I thought that we were done falling. I thought that interest rates, they were done hiking. Now it's about cutting interest rates, and this is where we're at. So interest rates are going to be cut. That's a for sure thing. But the market might still stay volatile, but I'm not going to swing trade anymore, at least not in the portfolios that I've been covering on these stocks. Anyways, enough about me, man. Let's talk about HYLION so the video doesn't go too long. It's going to be a little bit long because it's been like the comeback of HYLION for a while that we were off. But let's really talk about what's going on with HYLION. Like, Silent Alert responded to one of the videos that I put out today that I'm wrong in saying that HYLION only purchased 37,000 shares, and there's still about like $19 million left. Well, I don't think that HYLION, because he said, what if they repurchased $14 million worth of stock already in the first month in January and up to now. But see, I don't really think so, because we would have seen a significant jump, and HYLIION has not had a significant jump. Yes, HYLIION really started going up in the last quarter of 2023, but if it was only 37,000 shares purchased, there was a lot of retail shares coming in, a lot of retailers purchasing. And I wonder if there was other funds also purchasing. So I don't think that HYLIION has repurchased like just a significant amount in this first quarter. I think HYLIION is going to continue to repurchase the shares all throughout 2024. That's what I think. And we will see in the next quarterly earnings. But I wouldn't even be surprised if today they repurchase more shares to make sure that the stock price goes up, because they are trying to return shareholder value to the shareholders. So that's just my point of view. That's my opinion, because it's not advice. I don't have a magic crystal ball, and I'm not telling anybody what to do or how to think. I'm just going on my view of things. And I responded to Silent Alert and I said, hey, dude, between you and Andreas, since you guys have like a lot of the community follows you guys and your X, and Silent Alert has the X and Andrews has the Discord, cast a vote. Let's find out from the retail community how many people bought HYLIION in the last quarter of 2023 and in what's been of the year so far. Let's just find out from the retailers. We will get a good estimation. Institutions have to report. HYLIION, we won't know until earnings. But if we get an idea how many retail investors have been buying up the stock, then there's a good math to crunch some numbers and get estimations, better guesstimates of, is it all just been HYLIION buying back his shares? Or has the retail community kept piling in? I personally, I'm not going to be buying HYLIION. I'm done buying HYLIION. I said it. I was very clear. And I was done buying HYLIION a long time ago, and I kept buying more. And when it went to 60 cents, I thought I picked up 100 shares. But I just looked at my whole listing of positions in HYLIION, and I actually picked up like 490 some shares. And that's already up 100%. And I was like, oh, damn, good for me. I felt pretty damn happy that I picked up those 500 shares, but I'm done picking up. What am I picking up right now? I've been piling into Google. I've been picking up SoFi. I've been picking up Stitch Fix. I've been on my 10X portfolio. I'm buying up Redfin. And yes, Big Lots, more Big Lots. Big Lots had the most massive short seller attack the past few days. And it's showing a lot of resiliency at around its all-time low, which is 362 cents. It has held around 364. I also been buying Fisker. I think Fisker is going through the same thing that HYLIION went through, except Fisker has a product out in the market and they are selling vehicles. And it's showing a strong resistance around the 74 cents. Now, it did do the same pattern around $1.30, $1.40, and then it broke. So Fisker could break down and go down into the 50s or 30s before earnings. But like every company right now, every other company right now on reporting earnings, they're just jumping up. Look at what Palantir did. Look at what Enphase did. Look at what some other companies that are doing the same thing. There's several companies that are reporting earnings and they're jumping. Estee Lauder, SoFi. Like these companies are jumping up because things are looking better. Anyways, that's what I wanted to say. Mainly this video was about that, the stock buybacks. The Cardinal looks real good, okay? It looks like we're now going into the beta, which is production genset. And we have some customers. We have two, one in California. So I love the fact that HYLIION now opened up the market in California with the Cardinal generators. California is the place to go. California is probably the most bullish market there is in the 50 states right now when it comes to innovative power solutions. So, it's looking good. And I'm really happy to see that Detmar is still with Hyliion. And, they shown to be pretty all American people, like so far the commitment is real. And Detmar already is showing its commitment by committing itself to buy the Cardinal generator, one of the first Cardinal generators. So yeah, it looks like a few $1,000,000 are coming in, and let's see who else gets picked up. Now, am I gonna start buying Hyliion because of all this? No, because to me it sounds like the same strategy, the same go about, the same hype as it did with the ERX. Now I know the ERX is gonna come back. By that time, I'm gonna be rich enough to buy me an ERX, and I'm gonna have that ERX EV. I mean, RV that I talked about once with the Discord bunch. Guys, remember? I still want that. It's still in my wish list, and I know the ERX is gonna be back. It's not gonna be the ERX. It's gonna be the Cardinal Hypertruck, and I'm gonna get me one. Anyways, I'll catch everybody on the next video. Comment, share, and subscribe. And if you had the foresight to go and subscribe to this HYLION Talk channel, you're watching this video on Wednesday. If you haven't, then you had to wait until Friday, 4:30 p.m. So make sure you go to that link and you find HYLION Talk so you get these videos as they go live. I'll catch everybody. Plus, we'll find out who's still with Hyliion. I'll catch everybody on the next one. Have a good one.